thank you to please you.
So today, everyone. I want to acknowledge the venerable monks who are sitting behind us here, and I want to thank you, the Wurundjeri community, who have invited me here again generously today. I want to acknowledge my friend, Mr. Sam Rainsy, who has travelled a long way to be with us, and I want to talk a little bit about his imminent journey back to Cambodia. Let's give him another big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
And I want to acknowledge Mr. Rainsy's colleagues, his Australian political colleagues and his Cambodian political colleagues who are also here. There is no doubt that Australians feel that we have a very special relationship with Cambodians. We have a long history of working together, our two countries. Many of you would remember Gareth Evans, who's a very close friend of mine, and the role that he has played trying to help the Cambodian people rise up and build a great democracy that they deserve in Cambodia. We have a special relationship too because of the community of people here, all of you. Many of you live here in my electorate or the ones that surround that. It is my job to stand up for what you want me to fight for, and I get the very clear message that you want me to fight for democracy and peace in Cambodia, and that is why I'm here today. What has happened in recent years in Cambodia is unforgivable. It is unforgivable to see a country go through so much to build the beginnings of a democracy and to have those beginnings threatened by people who want, instead of democracy and freedom and peace, who want corruption, and they want an autocracy, and they want to rule with a fist, not with a ballot box. Now, I don't think that that is the future for Cambodia. And the way that is going to change is the kind of activism of the people who sit with me up here and the people who are before me in this room. When I was elected to Parliament even 6 years ago, things have deteriorated significantly since then. We had the striking garment workers who were shot dead in the street. We have activists who have been assassinated. We have an opposition leader who is in jail, and we have a series of national elections that were a sham, where only one party was allowed to properly contest those elections, and where every seat in the national parliament is held by the ruling party. Now that is not a quality democracy, and it must change. Now, we have Mr. Sam Rainsy here. Now, Mr. Rainsy, of course, has been working his whole life to try to build a better quality democracy in Cambodia. He's about to do something that I think is extraordinarily courageous, and that is make a return to Cambodia. Now, what I would like people to understand, the people in this room and the people who are watching all over the world, is that the eyes of the world will be on Cambodia when Sam Rainsy makes his return there. And the expectation and the belief of the people in this room is that he will be allowed to return peacefully, that his rights as a Cambodian and as a political leader will be respected, and that he will be allowed to come back to the power base in Cambodia that will see a return to a greater democracy. So Mr. Rainsy, I want to wish you all the best with your visit, and I think what you're doing is incredibly proud and brave, and something that politicians like me in Australia, we don't have to fight like you do to exercise the rights of the people to have a democratic voice in this room. So I want to say how much I admire what you're doing, and that I really will be watching every day that you're there in Cambodia to make sure that you are treated appropriately when you're there. So congratulations. I just want to say one thing to finish, and that is to really thank the people in this room. You know, people who were born in Australia like myself, we don't truly understand what it is to have to fight for a democracy. But you, my constituents, you teach me that. You really do, because I speak to you about the stories and what you had to sacrifice to come here, to settle here in Australia. You are doing an enormous good by being here in this community, by fighting for what is back home, fighting to protect your family and friends Jesuit in Cambodia to have the sort of rights that they deserve just as human beings, to be able to decide the future of their country, to be able to march the streets with safety, and to be able to exercise their democratic rights. So it is my absolute privilege to be here with you today. You all have my deepest admiration and respect, and it's wonderful to be here together to celebrate Mr. Sam Rainsy. Thank you.
I would like to say my gratitude for what Clare has just said. Her words are very touching to all of us. It's very encouraging. It's very encouraging for Cambodian Australians and for me, Cambodians, to hear the words of friends who express their solidarity toward the Cambodian people in Cambodia. We are very privileged to have members of parliament in this country, especially from the Labour Party. I have the privilege to meet a number of them in Adelaide, in Sydney, and now in Melbourne. I can tell you that their position, their stance are very precious. They will push the Australian government to promote, to defend the rights of the Cambodian people in Cambodia. I can tell Clare and all our Australian friends that Australia is the model of society that we want to build in Cambodia. A society with the rule of law, a society where every citizen are treated equally, where we are equal before the law. This is the basis of democracy. Democracy where citizens, all citizens, can express themselves and can choose the leaders they like, which is not the case in Cambodia now. So please, Australia, continue to help us. We are very grateful. We also want to contribute to build a better Australia, and Australia will help to build a better Cambodia. Thank you, and thank you, Clare. Thank you to all our Australian friends. Thank you. Bye-bye. If you decide you can stay.
I want to hear your speech.
Feel free to leave anytime.
Thank you very much for Mrs. Clare.